In this tutorial, we're going to fold this traditional uh, origami model. It's traditionally known as the lover's knot. Some of you may remember as a child making one of these fortune tellers, and the lover's knot is a fold based upon the principles of folding that model. So if you've done one of those, you're well on the way to being able to make a lover's knot. So as with most origami, you need to start with a square piece of paper. This one is 15 centimeters square. The bigger the piece of paper, the bigger the model, and the smaller the paper, the smaller the model. Often origami paper has different colors on each side. So this piece of paper is green on one side and white on the other. And we're going to begin the fold with the colored side down, the side you want your model to be, face down on the table. And we're going to make some preliminary folds by folding the bottom edge up to meet the top edge, making sure that the corners and the sides meet precisely, and make a crease, and then unfold. Give the paper a quarter turn and do the same in the other direction. Edges and corners precisely together, and then crease and open. So now our piece of paper is divided by these intersecting creases, and now we're going to fold the diagonal. So just turn the paper so that one of its corners points towards you, and then lift that corner up to meet the opposite corner precisely, and crease along the middle. Just taking a little time to make sure that that diagonal is perfect, and then again a quarter turn to make the other diagonal crease. The creases that we've now made are going to be our guide as we continue folding. Now you can see where the center point of the paper is, and we're going to fold one corner in to meet the center point and make a crease, and its edges line up with the creases that we made before. And we're going to do that 4 times so that all 4 corners are folded in to meet the center. And if you do it well, you'll have little or no white or second color showing through. Okay, so there we have the 4 corners folded in, and then we're going to turn over, and we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to take each corner and fold it in to meet the center. Do that 4 times. Turn over again. So on this side we have these 4 little flaps, and what we're going to do with each of those is just raise them slightly by poking our finger into them like that, and they start to raise. And then with your thumb and your forefinger, we're going to pinch the model together so that those tiny flaps begin to stand up and crease along the folds that we've already made. Just gently allow it to do that so they come together and form this flat square shape that we can then crease down. sides. So now we have these separated points at the top of the model. And what we're going to do is we're going to lift one of those separated points up, and we're going to let it fold downwards. And as it folds downwards, we're going to let the flat fold outwards in this direction, so that then it folds down into a flat square shape like that. Let me show you again with the top. We take the top flap, lift it and push it downwards, and we allow it to fold downwards and squash flat to make the square shape there. Okay, and turn the whole model over and do exactly the same 2 more times. So lift the flap slightly, bring down the point to the bottom of the model and squash the square shape flat. And then again, lift and squash, tease flat. I managed to tear my paper, as you can see, but we'll proceed as if that wasn't torn. And we're going to fold that corner down to meet the center of the model at the bottom and make a crease. Take this top corner and fold it down as well to meet the center of the model and make a crease. So you can see how the model looks. Then we turn over and we do exactly the same on this side. Take one of the corners and fold it down to meet the center of the model at the bottom. And the final corner again folded in to meet the center of the model at the bottom and crease. So we now have this triangular shape with a square shape here made out of 2 triangles also. So lifting the model up by its point and turning it, I want you to look at all these layers that we have here. So we have several layers on each side of this central point. So I want you to just put your thumb in there and pinch tightly and gently move your thumbs apart, gently, 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 so that that central point begins to squash. And as it begins to squash, you can tease it into a flat position like that, and that is your completed lover's knot.